Welcome to the call today. It's great to see you guys. As you can see, I am sporting my Unstoppable Mastermind shirt. How many of you guys are wearing your Mastermind shirts today? A bunch of you guys on there from the tribe. Well, I'm kind of sliding into my little office space here. You guys, I know that Regina and Mike Van Velden know exactly where I am. Actually, yeah, Regina and Mike, you're like about a crow's throw away from me today. You guys, feel free to come on over if you guys want to. I forgot to actually ask you guys. Yeah, you guys are awesome. We can see you. Can you see me now? Can you see me now? Hey, guys, you are there. Yay, yay, yay. All right. Good. You guys can see. No, some people cannot see me. Some people can. But that I should be showing. All right, so let me give you guys a little starter here just to get you pissed off in the morning if you're cold. So here we are in our little cubby that we're in quite frequently. This is my office here. I'm actually going to start our recording so we can, oh good, the recording's already being started. Well, there you have it. I've been chit-chatting along during the start of the recording. Welcome everyone. Welcome to this special call today. I'm sorry, I'm trying to get my computer mixed here. My name is Rhonda Swan. It's really great to see you guys here. Wow, look at everyone that's here today. All right, let's see. Hi, Ann. Ann Noble. Awesome to see Ann. Again, I talked to Ann last night. I've known Ann for years. Hi, Becky. You guys are so cute. I love what you said. I was watching the teaser video from the mastermind, and Becky goes, my kids loved them. They said they were just all a little edgy. I'm like, yeah, I guess we are pretty edgy, huh? To work the way we do and to live the way we do, you got to be a little wild and crazy and edgy. Hey, Brian, I wonder if our neighbors are going to just keep drilling over there for the next hour. That would be fantastic. That's how it works in third world countries. You know, they just do crazy stuff all the time. Can you guys hear? Yeah, let me know if you guys can hear the crazy sounds. Probably not, but let me make sure you guys are good. Fantastic. Everyone's rolling in. I want to wait a moment. Welcome. Hi, Carrie, CJ, Daniel, Deb, Dennis, Gabrielle, Harrison, Herlinda, Joycelyn, Kayla, Kim, Magic Brad. All right, Magic Brad, awesome. Of course, the Ventos, Inspired Travelers are in the house. Marta, Melanie, and Tobias. Hey, guys, welcome. Great to have you on the call. Let's see, Nigel, Roy. Gosh, there's so many of you guys. Derek, Scott, Tennille. Hey, Tennille's just across the island. Theory, Tiffany, the Traveling Dogs, Will, and more are barreling on the top of this list. Okay, I'm not going to be able to catch up with you guys. All right, but nonetheless, welcome, guys. Welcome to the call today. I'm really super pumped. As you guys know, I'm a pretty pumped person, and but I'm really pumped today. I'm going to throw this on play slideshow, make it look a little sexier. I'm really excited about today's call, and there's a couple reasons behind it. You know, we're calling this call, of course, Magnetize Your Audience Using Stories and the Hero's Journey Method. Now, if you guys have worked with me for longer than a minute, you know that I share our story, and I talk so deeply about story. In fact, I think I probably hammered it into so many of our tribe members' heads about telling stories, because storytelling is really how we connect with people. And today's call is going to be different. There's a twist to it, because I have been working on some things recently that all of you will benefit from. I am reorganizing and restructuring how I do my private trainings and my private workshops. I've been running a 4-week branding workshop for over 3 years now, and I know that there's been so much amazing results that have come from it. But then I wanted to take it a step differently and start doing things a little differently. So I've been doing some surveys, talking to a lot of people, and just really looking at how can I serve our greater audience. And by the way, a lot of you, I have no idea who you are. Welcome, you guys, to this call today, because I have never met many of you. In fact, a lot of you might be on our list. You may have got an image on Facebook that says, hey, this crazy lady, Rhonda Swan, who thinks that she's Wonder Woman. Actually, that is my alter ego. I have worn Wonder Woman underoos since I was 4 years old. So underneath, I've always got Wonder Woman on. So actually, I should have worn my wrist guards. But at any rate, guys, I decided to do some new things, and the hero's journey is it's a method that I've actually been following for quite some time, and I'm going to share with you about what it is and how you're going to be able to apply it today to whatever that you're doing. Now, in this journey today, for the next 60 minutes, I want you guys to hold super tight in the next 60 minutes because you're going to learn a lot. And I want you to really stay focused, all right? Focus, right? All right, so that means get ready, get energized, do a little shaky, 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 right? Get yourself wild and crazy because whenever I get ready to do a training like this, I get myself all pumped up. If you guys are our last mastermind in Orlando, we had 60 of these guys there, and when I get ready to go and talk with everyone, I'm like, I got to get pumped, right? Because it's about the energy that you give out to the world is what they receive, right? And so even though you're sitting here watching me, I look at every moment, an opportunity I have to give you some of my energy, to give you some inspiration from what I feel inside of myself. So that means I want you guys to take it, receive it, jump up and down if you want to. If you get a little bored, jump up and down because what we're going to share today, you're going to learn a lot. You're going to learn and understand the psychology of storytelling, what it does to our brains, what starts happening inside of us. It's going to take the fear out of a newbie just starting out. In fact, how many newbies in working online, because I know that you guys follow us because we're online marketers, how many are brand spanking new to this industry? See a couple hands up. How many we got over there, Brian? I'm not able to see that right now. Quite a few, actually. You can put your hand up by actually hitting that little hand there. It's weird because when it's up, it goes red. When it's down, it's green. Doesn't make a lot of sense. Okay, so there's quite a bit of brand new people. And this is going to really assist you even more so. Now, those that are oldies, right, or, you know, the oldies and newbies alike will be able to benefit from this today. But the oldies, it's actually going to be pretty cool because you're going to see a perspective in a different format in what I'm going to share with you guys today. And it's going to be powerful because it's going to take some of the current storytelling, current stories that you may be writing, let's say on a blog post, or you may be writing them on Facebook, using them to market on Facebook, right? That's what we teach our people how to do and how to market themselves. And it's going to be a really neat perspective. It's going to give you guys more detail, right, and more of a way to connect a little bit better with your audience. So even if you're a newbie, you're going to benefit the most because you're going to get it brand spanking new. And if you're an oldie, you guys are going to be able to add to what you're currently doing. And how to use the hero's journey as your guide to telling better stories, right? It's always about telling a better story. Now, I love two of these quotes, right? One is from Philip Pullman. After nourishment, shelter, and companionship, stories are the things we need the most in this world, right? You know, we are sold to so often, right? You guys, we look everywhere, and everyone's got something to sell you. In fact, a lot of even partners and marketers in the same industry that we're in, they all are really about selling more. How much can they push more in your face? Well, you know, I don't really think the world deserves to have that anymore. We deserve to feel so super yummy and get our hearts touched and get a little bit of emotion when we look at something and then start making decisions because somebody made a decision just like you were ready to do. And this other quote here, which is so gorgeous, words are how we think, but it's the stories are how we link. Think about that one, right? It's the words what makes us think. Man, those stories is what allows us to link to different scenes, scenarios, pain points, right? You know, I think of moments in time when we were, you know, traveling, and I immediately link an emotion directly to that moment. You know what I mean? And that's what we're going to start doing for you guys and really for your audience. So everything that you talk about, whether you're blogging, however you're sharing, you're starting to really connect. Now, I'm going to change my screen because I do need to see these hands. Okay. How many of you guys are confused where to start, right? You just got started in your business. You're like, huh? What do I do now? Where do I even start? How do I do this, right? Put your little hand up. There's that little hand. You can hit the little hand and it'll jump up and down. Is the hand working, Brian? Make sure that yours is working. Lots of new people joining us. Welcome, welcome. How many of you guys are just wondering where to start? Yep, a lot. Okay, so there's several of you guys that are like really not sure where to start. Okay, excellent. Because let's see, cool. Yeah, you guys are awesome. Hey guys, hey Travis, what's happening? Well, okay, good. There's the hands. Okay, now they're all something was up with my screen. It wasn't pulling up the hands. Yeah. Wow. Okay. Well, here we go. This is awesome. Okay. I'm glad. Okay, so there's a lot of you. We're almost maxing out of the lines here, and more than half are saying, huh? The heck do I start with? And I get that piece because that happens quite frequently, especially with new marketers. Like, all right, look, I got all this cool stuff. I got cool systems. I got links. I got this. I got this. I got this, right? Well, let's get into really where you should start and how you can actually start doing it today. But I have another question to ask you before we start, all right? How many of you guys? Everyone put your hands down, okay? You're going to love this. Put your hands down, all of you guys. Make sure your hands are down, okay, because it's going to be funny. All right, how many of you guys, when you're brand new, okay, and you have a new business, you might have a new product, because many of you guys are working with me, and many of you guys are part of the greater global good of this world called the internet that have found us and find love watching my trainings. But how many of you guys, when you started your business, you got excited? And you started, your friend maybe asked you one word about your business, or maybe they didn't even ask you. And you just puked everything on your friend. The business, the products, you're going to love it, the people, the tribe, the trainings. Oh my gosh, look at my face, it's changed, right? I'm happier, I'm this. Thank goodness it's funny, I was Googling. I'll give you guys a tip if you are ever looking for ways to find images for your blog posts. I was I Googled image for puking. Well, clearly I should have been a little clearer because I got so much disgusting images. I'm like, wow, thank goodness I found one with a guy puking a rainbow, right? Because clearly we know, guys, that if we're ever actually puking, right, on your friends, you're really never trying to be rude to them, but it's the rainbow, so it's a great image. How many of you guys feel that? Okay, great, because that's this exact same place I was at. I'm going to give you guys a little hint. I started in this industry 10 years ago, and I came out from a corporate background. Pretty intense. I'm pretty intense now, but I'm a lot more fun and intense. I used to be so spun up like a what are those ball, like inside of a golf ball? It's like so many twisted up tight knots. So intense, right? So I started in this industry. I was like, oh my gosh, it just felt like I hit the home run, right? All of a sudden I've got people that are thinking like me, they're talking like me, they're inspiring me, and I have these amazing products that I just literally couldn't, I wanted to talk about it. So I was reading something at the same time. I hate that when I do that, when I read something. Okay, great. I just want to make sure I'm not missing anything here for you guys. And so I have a friend. In fact, she's a really close friend of mine. We're still close, but we really don't talk as much anymore. She was in my wedding, great friend. I just go to lunch with her, and she's like, how's this business thing going, right? I'm like, oh my gosh, 15 minutes, no joking. For 15 minutes, I totally threw up every single thing on her and went, what do you think? She goes, well, I just asked you one thing, and you just talked for 15 minutes, so I really don't know what to think. And she never once, again, known her for 16 years, has asked me how my business is, ever. And one thing that we do, we can destroy a friend forever, right? Because we do get excited. But could you imagine being able to share with your friend in a way that made them not feel like you're barfing on them all over, right? Because what happens is most people really, they are skeptical, and they don't want to be thrown up on, right? But they want to kind of see it. So what we're going to do is we're going to start taking you on a journey, and how you can start taking even your friends, right, your audiences, and even people that you speak to when you're brand new, how to share what you're doing, and how to share it in a way that makes them like, wow, that feels so yummy, or that just feels nice, right? Can you imagine if your friend came up and asked you, I'm like, oh, wow, it's really great, it's really fun. I just went to this mastermind, and I met this amazing woman, and she was really kind of shy and nervous to be there, and after she had started to kind of get used to people, she really broke out of her shell and started to connect. And it's so amazing because I saw some results from her, just her transformation in who she is. And now, she's starting to build her business, and she's starting to see results, maybe not necessarily financial results, but she's starting to see results in her life, in her transformation, in her family. What? Can you imagine being able to say that, that type of a response to what you're doing. You're like, what is this? Hey guys, we're here! Look who's here! Come on over! Regina and Mike are here!
Hey! Hi.
You can't see, well, you can see them, but they can see you. Yay! See, nothing like, that is like the key now these days. We've realized Nathan was here. Nathan Buchan we work with, he's amazing. In fact, we've known Nathan for a while. He's crushing it in his business. He came to Bocus. We're like, it's kind of that Bocus thing. You come to Bocus, you just can't help but being successful. All right, I digress, right? But did you hear how did you guys feel about when I just shared with you, those of you that opened your hand up that said you puked on people before and when you share it, who would like to blink your hand a little bit? Because I would like to open it up for you. I want to have one of you come out, and yeah, there you go. Is that, who did the double blinking that they wanted to maybe come out? So I want to ask you guys, how different was that and how different has it been for you? In the past. Anyone, just make your hand go up and down so I can see you. That way I'll pick the right ones. Okay, here you go. There's an Ann right here. I'm gonna unlock. Oh, not unlocking here. Bianca, can I unlock you, Bianca? You're unmuted, by the way. It's so great to have Bianca here. Bianca, unmute your line, would you, lovely? If you would. Hey there. How are you, girl?
I'm doing good.
Great to have you back and great to hear your voice again. So I want to ask you, because this may help everyone else, did that sound, that response that I gave, was that a different response than you would have normally gave, like when you had a new business? Because when you started, did you ever have that, just talk, and people kind of freak out what you're saying?
Yes, that's for sure. I have a few friends when I did other types of business that I tried to, introduce to the business. I was so excited. I took really over those friends, and now I feel like, okay, the friendship has changed, and, I feel really like I don't want it to talk anymore. You start to be afraid of judgment,
Absolutely. Now, did you, the way that I just responded, did that feel a little bit differently?
Oh yeah, that's for sure. Completely different.
Okay. So this is the thank you, Bianca. It's really great to hear from you, by the way. And for those you guys that do want to jump out here today, I'm going to keep these lines in and out open. I want to really interact with you. Was there something you wanted to share, Bianca? I almost cut you off, girl.
No, that's it. Thank you.
All right, awesome. It's so great to have this girl back. I love this girl. She's amazing, beautiful woman. It's great to have you back. But okay, so many of you guys raised your hand and said you've done the same thing, right? Now, can you imagine, guys, starting to use the process? And I want you guys right now to really start thinking about when someone asks you this question or you are presented with sharing what you do with someone, start thinking about how you can respond and you share a story. See, when we respond in a story response, opposed to, oh my gosh, right? It's so amazing. This oil is this great, or this drink is this great, and you've killed them, right? It's people really want to hear and I always say it's the destination and not the plane, but it goes into a story as well. If you could just share something about what you've either gotten from something or felt, people become more connected to you. And in brand new people, especially brand new guys, and we have a lot of you here, there's always that uncomfortable feeling when someone actually asks you. And we don't know how to respond. So if we can now, just right now, I want you guys to even think about, start writing some notes down, because I always have my notes. If you don't have a journal, make sure you have one. If you're at the mastermind, you should have your Unstoppable Mastermind journal. But start writing down, how can I respond? What might be one story that I could respond to someone about what I am doing or about an experience I had, right? Because many of you guys have just had our Unstoppable Mastermind, or many of you guys have just started a business. How could you share a story? And whether you've had results or not, you can actually share a story of someone else. Right? There's incredible people in your business, I'm sure, that have results. Use their story to respond to that person. And it will be such a more relaxing way to communicate with someone, and it's in a way that they just actually want to keep listening. And they might want to ask a question because you didn't sell them something. All right? So how can we now tap into the power of storytelling, though, to build our business? Now, many of you guys know we we teach our members that work directly in our tribe, our Unstoppable tribe, we teach you how to really tell stories and to tell your stories on Facebook and to target your core customers, right? Target your core audience. You know, we teach you guys to really start off with finding just one customer, one niche market that you can connect with and tell your story directly to. And the best way, especially for all you brand new people, is to start sharing your story and look at that one person. Let's say this dad, right, who is here in San Francisco with his little boy. And maybe this is an image of you saying, wow, I remember this moment, you know, the day that I had the opportunity to take my 3-year-old little boy to San Francisco. You know, this is the first trip that he's been able to go on, and now he's 9 years old. He was 3 at this time. But because of the amount of work that I do and the amount of time that I spend working, I'm not able to see my little boy as much. But you're doing something different about it. Do you see how images and starting to tell stories connect to your situation? So let's start now tapping into using your stories where you're telling your one story to that one customer so they can identify to. See, this image would be someone like John DeLuca. His boys are bigger now, right? Where he'd put an image up like this and start telling his story of how he hadn't been able to see his boys much. So he started to make a shift in his life, right? Start telling your story so that you can relate to one person. But now what I want to do is I want to go into how this hero's journey has come into this in my excitement, because I've been using this hero's journey method. I actually read the book by Joseph Campbell, and it's a powerful way to actually understand most all stories that are really are produced in Disney and Hollywood, and how most stories are actually written based on the hero's journey. You know, Joseph Campbell, he's a mythologist and a writer and a lecturer, and what he's been really known for, guys, is he takes comparative mythology and religion, and he really starts to dig deeply into this whole human experience, where he takes someone from where they are now into this whole new blitz, this whole new journey, this different world, and puts them into a whole different world. You know, many of you guys can relate to a lot of these. I'm going to show a couple images later, but like, for instance, I'll just give you a good one. My Wonder Woman, right? Here's Linda Carter. She lives in this day world, and then she goes into her Wonder Woman world, right? Or a lot of cartoons, they have this day life, and they venture into this Toy Story life. And that's how Joseph Campbell started to really write some amazing books and start to connecting with people, that it takes you on this journey. So what he did is he put together an outline for writers to really start learning how to tell a story utilizing the hero's journey. Now, I'm going to take it another step and a different level for you guys who can learn this process, because this is something I've been putting together for my new workshop, and you guys are privy to learn it right now. And the graphic isn't ready, and it's going to be a really cool ebook. It's going to go inside of my workshop, but the graphic wasn't done yet. So I'm like, you guys are going to get the first snapshot of the steps of how to turn it into your business. So let's start here. The hero's journey, guys, it's like a map, right? And they show it many different ways, but this one's kind of what I like. It's really easy to understand. Is everyone having trouble listening to audio? Can you double check for the audio? Okay, great. So with the within the hero's journey, kind of takes you on this roadmap, right? Where you get this vision or this call. It's kind of like, you know, here's the heroine or the hero, and they're here and they get this call to do something. Life is just unfulfilling, right? Kind of like the movie. I love the hero's journey method was used in the book Eat, Pray, Love. The woman was just having this turmoil in her life, and then all this kind of crazy stuff happens, so she just decides to go on this wild and crazy journey. She has massive breakthroughs along the way, celebrations, realizations, right? She gets allies, opportunities. She meets men of her life. She has big breakups, right? And then she starts feeling, I shouldn't be doing this, I shouldn't have this, and boom, the adventure comes, right? Anything's possible. She has this full possibility. And that's how you take people when you're a writer. And I'm not really a writer. Actually, I started becoming a writer because I wanted to become a better blogger, because we know if you are in our industry and you are not a blogger, you're really missing out on ways to create online real estate and to connect with your audience. Blogging is such a powerful way to do that. And so we use this method, and many writers and authors have use the hero's journey for connecting with their audience and telling amazing stories. But now what I want to do for us, guys, I want to take us and bring the hero's journey into our marketing world. Bring the hero's journey into your world of business. And so what I did is I took the steps of the hero's journey and I broke them up and I edited them in a way that we can now start relating to our business. Because the hero's journey is actually in a 12-step process. In fact, on my blog, unstoppablepamily.com, I wrote a blog post yesterday that outlined the steps of the hero's journey. And then I'm now taking it a step further. And I didn't put these steps on my blog post because I don't want anyone snatching them yet. So I want you guys to know today, this call is a really special one because this is being revealed to you for the very first time, some information that I'm going to be sharing in my workshop. So keep this stuff tight to you, right? Because you're going to have an opportunity to get even more closer to working with me and learning more about that. My tribe always gets the maximum benefit. But let's go. Let's get in here. So the Hero's Journey's Guide to Writing Unstoppable Stories for Your Business. How fun does that sound, right? Let's all start writing stories in our business so we can really connect. So I'm going to walk you guys through right now these 12 steps towards this hero's journey. And this is going to be the greatest way for brand new people. I want you guys this weekend, especially if you're brand new and if you haven't, this is an exact outline that you guys are going to be able to utilize to start writing your stories, right, on Facebook, your stories on in your blog, and to really start connecting with your audience. The very first step I want all of you brand new people to do right now that have never started to market, I don't want you guys slinging links. You don't need to be that barking marketer. You need to connect, and you need to connect now and start connecting to your audience. If you have a fan page, you should have a fan page right away. We're starting to develop relationships. Even your personal page, start sharing your journey, okay? So that's going to be your homework for until our next call. But let's get through these 12 steps. So I want you guys to go through them and walk through these steps with me and start visualizing your story, okay? Step one is the ordinary world, right? Where are we in our everyday life, right? For us, for me, it was, and I'm going to walk through my story as you guys are watching. Here I am in every day going to work in my car, right? An hour in traffic. I'm in San Diego. My hair is done up every day. I got my bag, got my shoes, going to work. I'm hustling through my morning. I'm basically high-fiving Brian and barely kissing him out the door because we're working so much. That's my ordinary world, right? So we start off as, what's our ordinary world? And of course, now we're going to step into the wild and external world, right? If you guys know the book or the movie Lilo and Stitch, I don't know if you guys know Lilo and Stitch, but it's one of the best ways to see the hero's journey at work because Stitch is from a foreign world, right? He's from outer space, and Lilo's the heroine, and she's in this life, and this life sucks. She's having a really hard time as a little girl, and she meets this wild and crazy guy that takes her into a whole new realm of world, right? Star Wars, right? We know our hippie Jedi friends, right? Our Jedi friends, we know everything about Star Wars, right? And how Luke's life transforms from being this, living where the heck he lived into now fighting, right, against the Force. Then of course, here's my life. You guys see me on stage. I train my people, and I, look like a pretty normal person. And then when I step in to my Wonder Woman, my whole world transforms, right? And I'm fighting the force of evil. All of us have this inside of us. And it's so fun when we think this way. And if we start really taking our life through a journey. How are you guys doing, by the way? How's everyone doing right now? Are we starting to get some value already? Because I'm going to give you guys the steps. And these steps right now will be, these will be sold. You guys are the only ones that are getting this right now as a sneak peek, because these are going to be part of my workshop. This is going to be a way that you guys are going to be able to write your stories in such a powerful way. We're getting some value so far, though? Yeah? Are we having some fun? Yes. Awesome. Good, good, good. I love you guys. You guys are awesome. Okay, great. Good, good, good. I need that energy from you guys. I start talking to my screen, and I'm like, wait, I need my currency coming back. So thank you for giving me that currency, guys. Okay. And then, of course, I will open it up for questions, guys, because this is really important for you to get. Okay, so let's get back into here. Let me make this slideshow look more pretty. Okay, right, so we take ourselves into the realm, now into this new world. and we get a call to adventure. Now, our hero is presented with a challenge, right? In business, this can often be thought of as the initiative or our proposal, right? Or our adventure. Our adventure is the idea and the thought of making a change in your life. It's either a call to adventure, or sometimes I call it the breaking point, right? In my manual, I'm going to deeply dig into this more, but this is like my call. I've got to do something different. Right? And this is when that hero steps in and in your story says, I had to make a change. Right? I had to make a change. And we start using words like, I was broken. I was burnt out. I was finished. Right? There's a breaking point in our life when we are called to an adventure. And you want to share with your audience what your breaking points are, guys. And I don't mean I was just called to an adventure. I mean I was called to make a change in my life. And you start really digging deeply into what that felt like. So we really express in this area of your story, you really want to share exactly what that call was, what it felt like, why you had that call, what were those pains that you were feeling in this adventure call, all right? Now, number 3, it's kind of refusing the call. Now, this is going to be whole different steps that you guys are going to be used to. But this part is a really cool one because this is the expression or reservations about the project or about your move, right? Because it's got a risk to it. So in this moment, this is when the people that are reading your stories, right, that let's say are marketing stories, when they're like, too good to be true, they're already thinking it by the time they get to this step. And this may only be 2 paragraphs, too good to be true. So now if we start eliminating that fear and that doubt and that obstacle they may have by refusing the call. So in your story now, you're like, but you know, I looked at it and thought maybe it's a scam. I want to do this, but my wife told me that it was a scam, and it pulled me back, and the risks are so high. Am I really? So you're starting in your story to think. So I started to think, do I really want to do this to my family? Do I really want to take extra time out of my nights to learn a new business? How do I trust these people? So you start in this step, in this section of your story, you start giving all the objections your reader might be having. And guys, again, this is also can be worked well for video, right? Where we're giving this refusal to the call, like, but then I thought about it, and I'm like, but you know what? Maybe I can do it. Maybe I should take that step. How high are the risks? Weigh out the risks. So you in your story, you might say, so I weighed out the risks. You know, is it going to be worth me getting stuck in traffic each day, or is this? What if this possibly could make a change in my life, right? So then it leads us into step 4. So once we refuse the call, we handle the objections everyone may be having. Now step 4 is we're meeting with a mentor. See, having this position, guys, it gives not only you showing that you're taking, you know, steps towards higher powers, right? In the hero's journey, it's about kind of reaching to our higher power. You know, in the hero's journey, they talk about reaching to God and look into your soul, right? But here in the step of writing our hero's journey in business, it's our mentor. We need a mentor who gives us advice or even special help. And what did that mentor say to you that helped you move forward, right? So in this point, you're like, so I decided to go speak with someone that had done it before. I met a mentor, and I thought about this person that I really trusted in my life. And I wanted to meet with him. He gave me the advice, and his advice was, what are you going to do? What's going to change in your life if you keep doing what you're doing, right? Or your mentor may say something, you know, the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over. It's worth it, right? It's just like, wow, the mentor just gave you some of the best advice. So you share this in your journey, in your story, because that's now that person that was thinking, no, it's like, yeah, you're right. You're speaking for them in your story that they need to have. Like, what is going to happen for me if I don't move forward? You guys getting this? Awesome. Okay, cool. I love this part. I get so excited. Like, I get like so pumped talking about it. I'm like, all right, because this is the stuff that just, it gets your audience so excited because now they're slowly now walking through something that it's really their process. Because remember, we are writing to that one person in your niche, right? And we talk about niches, and we talk a lot in our mastermind about how to find the right niches. But like, what is it? Mine was corporate women, So my story talks directly to this corporate woman that is going, yeah, these online things, I thought they were a bunch of crap. I remember looking online, I was like, what? There's no way I'm going to do this. So I ran inside my office, and I hid, and I researched. I didn't let Brian know. And I thought, nah, this is too good to be true, right? Step 3, too good to be true, refusing it. But then I said, let me go ask somebody. So I went and asked a really good friend of mine. Step 4, she said, you know what the heck are you going to lose? You've got visions of traveling, right? You use all this languaging in your story, and it builds up. Then we get to number 5, crossing the threshold. This is where the hero lives the ordinary world and enters into the next phase. Dun, dun, dun. This is often the initiative approval step, right, where you say, I did it. I made a step forward. I went for it, right? I got started in this business, or, you even use, I bought this product, or I decided to go on this trip, or I got started in this business, right? Most of us here are about building our businesses. We're using storytelling to offer our business. So here, in the crossing the threshold, you do it. And you're like, so you know what? I went for it. You leaped off the edge. Now step 6. This is when we start getting into the tests. We find allies. We find enemies, right? How many of us have massive fears? Fears should be inside of here. This is where the hero and their team face small challenges and form alliances to help together, right? We have a tribe, so you can use how I found this amazing tribe of people that helped me get through my fears, right? Times you get tough and you want to just quit. This can be the longest chapter of your story. So if we're sharing, creating an ebook, which you guys know, I think that your very first story about you should be your ebook. This hero's journey right now that I'm teaching you how to write your story and turn it into a powerful marketing tool should really be your first ebook, and it's going to be so easy for you guys to do. I'll give you my best resource to get the best ebook covers. But anyways, so let's go back into the steps, right? Is right now all of us have stepped into this section of difficulty. It's like, shit, why did I do this? This is like, it's hard. People are coming up against you, your enemies, which is your wife or your spouse, your neighbors, my best friend, still hasn't asked me about my job or business, right? Because I puked on her. People are going to come back to you all over the place. So in this step of writing your story, you can say, man, you know what? I'm not going to lie. It got tough. All by myself here, trying to learn a new thing. I can't figure out network marketing. I can't figure out, marketing. I can't figure this out. But then I started to connect with a tribe, with a group of people that were there to help me and support me, right? So you lay all of this out because your reader is going, dang it, yeah, trials, tribulations, they're feeling it with you. They're feeling all these steps with you. And all we're doing right now is we're just leading them down to the glory land when they want to make a decision and click the button below, right? So let's keep them here, right? We have to get real in this. You've got to get real. You've got to share your fears of how scary it was, how many months. I tell you guys, I called 3,000 leads before I made a sale in my business. 3,000 leads. You don't think I'm not going to share that story to people that are looking to, to find out what I should be doing, how difficult it was, how I came through those trials and tribulations? I say that in almost all of my videos, how tough it was. But then I got some clarity. I created a group, and then of course number 7 is I got the approach. See, this step is the final step of getting to the core of the problem. The fear, why the fear came up, right? Where you're so scared, you've got these people around you, but then you go back. But then I just went back to my core issue of why I was doing this. And what we call is our why. Many people call it different things, but I went back to why I was here. And now you go back, guys. You go back and you reiterate why you're here for this reader. You know why? I know why I'm going to keep pushing forward. And I said to myself, I'm going to keep pushing forward because I made a vow to my daughter that I would never, ever put her in daycare. I would never let her see fear in my eyes that, we didn't have enough money to go on a vacation, or that mommy had to cry every night because she's got to leave you at daycare in the morning or go all day at work. You go back. You go back to your why and you illustrate this in your story, because your reader, again, remember, they fought it, they saw you do it, you got scared, and you're like, but I went back to this. You're now bringing them through that pain threshold again, but it's through your approach, what you did, how you went through those pain points. Everyone needs to know how the process of going through it. We always go back to our why. Like we talk to you guys about this all the time, right? All right. Number 8, dun, 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 the ordeal, right? So we've gone back through the pain points. We're going to make this thing happen, and then life happens. Life happens again. Central life and death conflict, right? So you go back through it, and this is the point where we make our break moment. See, but this is the triumphant moment. This is when you push through and make it happen, right? Your spouse didn't approve, your negative friends, right? But we broke through it because we went back, and we went back to our why. The difficult times happened. I went back. I rethought about it. Why am I doing this? It's for my why. And then, you know, we bring up, but my spouse is still, your spouse was still disapproving, but your breakthrough moment is like, but you know what? I'm doing it anyways. Even though I'm going to my why, but even though my husband does not support me, I'm doing it anyways. Even though my friends are talking about me, I'm doing it anyways, right? This is when you push through and you make it happen. This is when now your reader's like, yeah, they went back to their why. It's still tough, but they're doing it anyways. I don't have the money, but you know what? I made it happen. I'm doing it anyways. And now the reward. This is when the hero's personal reward and how they've changed as a result of this journey so far. The growth, right? The personal recognition, the success, right? The financial success, if you have them, you can share them here. But this is when you say, and now look where I'm at. My life is transformed. I'm a different person, right? And my spouse may be on board. I've now created incredible results. You know, many of you guys know Nathan, Sarita, Regina, and Mike, you know, the Van Veldens, or the Ventos, right? They started to see incredible results because, gosh, their journey is so amazing. And they went back to why they were here. And now the reward are results. They're seeing massive results financially in their business. Their lives are different. Their relationships have changed. They're connected. All this stuff, guys, right here, this is the reward that your reader is going to go, wow. Yeah, I want this, okay, right? Now this is when we're like, I want this. Their heartbeat starts to rise. They start to get excited. And then now we're on the horse and on the journey home, right? And this is the realization that the job, right, the job might not be quite done, right? We're on the ride home, and we've got this now. It's working, right? And this is now where step 10 kind of jumps into step 8, and it can. This is kind of where we get fun with the hero's journey, where I took the hero's journey and brought it into the business line journey, because you can always step back and forth, back into step 8, where it can yield its own problems, right? This often is the dangerous phase, right? We're like, I have to seek a new final resolution to overcome the doubt of the spouse, right? This is when you're like, I got this, right? But maybe that step number 8, which is all that drama, you can bring in like a line, not even a paragraph, but just a little something that's like, but I've done it. But guess what? The spouse still doesn't support me. But you know what? I'm going to keep doing it anyways, because success is either the best revenge, right? Like if you had friends that were not supporting you, you say things like, but success is the best revenge. I know I can still do it because now I'm on the road home, right? I've done this. But could it get tough again? You can say in your story, but I know it's not over, because life is not a destination. It's a journey. Can it get tough again? Absolutely. Will it? Yes, but I know now that I can make this happen. Right? This is the resurrection, the climax moment. And another life and death moment can happen. Now this is where the hero, they're armed with the reward, and they face the last battle for the benefit of all. And this is when they say, you know what? I faced my husband. I proved I made money. Sarita, she said her partner was not on board. I know Maya, same. They were on board, but they really weren't. I think Mike in the other corner over here, Mike and Virginia might be able to come in here in a moment so they can share their story of this. But, you know, they weren't always on board. But, you know, when they start to be on board, it's when they see results. And I remember this is part of my journey, is my resurrection and my climax moment was that I had results. $37,000, no matter what, Brian was still not following. He still didn't support. He was knocking on the door asking if I had a sale yet. But I came home with a $48,000 month. And this is the point where you're like, my final battle is won. Because guess what? You'll never be able to freak me out or make me pull back or stop, right? They'll never be able to make you stop because now you know you can do it. See, you've proven to yourself that you can do it. See, do you see these emotion steps that all of us will go through? And we have to know how to handle them, not only through our own personal hero's journey, but how we express it to our followers. And then step 12, dun, 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 the elixir, the new normal, because no longer are you going back to that new normal. The hero returns to that ordinary world, and he shares his elixir. But something has changed the way that ordinary person you were, how you operate in this world, and sets up a whole new normal. Now, I live in Wonder Woman land all the time, right? We live in that new world. We live in that new realm. I know that, you know, my buddy Justin, he's always a Jedi, right? I know I'm always Wonder Woman. But in the beginning, I had to fight it. I had to dig through it. I had to get there. Because, guys, you're never going to be who you were before. If you go through this journey, I know all of you, you're all completely transformed. How many of you guys could tell me right now? So I want to reconnect with you guys. I'm going to open it up in a minute. How many of you guys are totally transformed because of the moment you stepped in? How many of you guys have been transformed? You're not the same person. Yeah, you're not the same person. Yeah, everyone's like, yes, I know it, because I remember going, oh my gosh, I'm not the same person. This business I'm in is now really my life. That's how I deal with my life. It's like a business disguised as a way of you transforming into a whole new person, because this journey we just went on, this 12 steps of not only our journey, but teaching someone else and helping them understand their journey, they will be transformed. And see, if we can just get that inside of someone, just that bit, that they will be transformed, people will follow you to the wit's end. They will follow you. And this is how, guys, I call it creating customers for life. People will want to follow you. They will want to know what you have to say. They will buy what you want to sell them. And some people, look, we got people that have been following us forever that are like, hey, I want to buy it again. Because you know why? You tell that story so damn good, and I know mine's the same way. And you know why? Because they also know the pinnacle peak is they're going to have a transformation again. You guys getting this? All right, so what I want to do, I want to open this. I want to open this up. I mean, are your wheels turning? Right? Because I have something, you know, special too that I'm going to share with you guys, and because I know I've had a lot of people that that ask me all the time, hey, will you help me write my story? Will you do it for me? And you know, I would totally love to write everyone's stories. You know, I would, and I do my workshops, and in fact, in my workshop, I don't always. Regina just came took a picture of me, and I'm going to have them jump out here in a minute. It's really cool, so I want to hear from them. Is because that'll be a bonus to this call, especially for those that are listening to the recording. Is in my workshop, I actually don't even write someone's I don't write their stories, because you have to take your life into your own journey. You have to be able to write it out for yourself, because the more we get really good at just writing it out, writing your own story. And in fact, if you guys begin writing your story this week using this exact outline, guys, it'll be so easy. It'll be so easy. And just, you can listen to this recording again. All of you will get the recording because you deserve to hear it. Because as you're listening to me, I was telling my story, right, as we're doing the steps. You'll start doing the same. And then you read it. And then what the cool part is how you do it. You read it, and then you go, ooh, I need a new detail. I need a better detail. I need another pain point. Ooh, I need to talk about that, right? That's how it works. And that's really the process that I take in all of my writings, all of my ebooks, everything that I do. And I'm now going to be transitioning more into this hero's journey in business, and that's what my workshop is actually turning into, more of a transformation, not just branding, because branding, of course, guys, is everything. I'm going to start doing more storytelling, and then deeply helping people move into a new process of how they market and how they market themselves. So I'm not going to be launching my 4-week live one for a while, because I'm still in not too long, but I'm still in transition of getting my all my info and everything re-edited. But I do have an opportunity for some of you guys, 4 people today, that I'm going to offer for the end of this call. So if you guys stick around and you're like, you know what, I kind of would like, I'd like to have you really help me with my story. Have me look at your story, help you edit it after you've written it, have a couple private sessions, and then I have a really big fat bonus deal that my partner is, I'm not sure if he's on here, that we're going to be offering something to you guys, and you have the opportunity to do that, and we'll be setting up your stories and marketing them for you on Facebook. So that's something special. We can't do a lot of them because, of course, it's a lot doing other people's stories and editing and writing them. But what I'll do is I'm going to open it up in a minute. What I want to do is this. If any of you guys are interested, like, yeah, I definitely want to work with me one-on-one. We have 4 spots for 4 people. If you guys are on my team already, this is still open to you because, of course, you guys get as much of me as I can, but I'm not going to be able to write your story, edit your story, right? So this is something extra other than what you guys get working with our team, because anyone that works with us directly, we call them our black members or our all-in members, they get all of my trainings with no additional charge. I typically sell my workshop for over $1,000, and my private coaching time I sell for a lot more than that. And what we're deciding to do, because a lot of people are like, gosh, will you just help me? Like, all right, you know, if I'm not going to be launching the live workshop, then let's do some private stuff. So what I want you guys to do is this. If any of you guys are like, yeah, I would love to, work with me one-on-one, have your story, edit it after you write it using these steps as the hero's journey, having it edited by me. I'll send it off to my, sorry about that, my copywriter. So it looks really, really amazing because I'm actually not the best grammar writer at all. Then you could also work with my partner, Jabril, to have your story actually marketed, posted up. He'll set up your campaign for you. And if you want to work with us directly, send me an email. Okay, this is only, again, remember, we're not taking everyone. We'll talk to you guys. We'll find out, you know, what your needs are, what industry you're in, you know, because you might be working in a whole different company. You want to make sure that I can help you the best, and you want to make sure that we have the time to do that. So you'll have a minimum of 2 private sessions with me. One will be talking about your story, really going through the outline. Then you go back and you'll write it yourself. Then we come back together. I go back through it. I edit it. I look at it. I help you write better detail. I give you, you know, I'll do editing scribbles, more detail here. Let's get deeper here. Maybe what are your pain points here? And we'll really dive deeper into your story. You'll go back, you'll re-edit it. We'll really look at it again to make sure, first off, it's ebook worthy, because what we'll do is we'll turn it into a book. I'll get an ebook, amazing ebook cover created for you. We'll get your story turned into an ebook for yourself, and then we'll turn it in so that you can market it on Facebook, and you'll have an opportunity to do 2 sessions with my business partner, Jabril, and have him set up your campaigns for you and give you some special treatment. So what you guys do, I'm going to give you my email. You can send it to Rhonda R. Swan. I'm going to put it right here. Rhonda R. Swan at gmail.com. And the reason why I'm not sharing with you guys the exact cost of it, first off, is because I want to know how many of you guys are really, really interested. And I have to talk to Jabril to make sure that of his time and what he wants to offer, but we always make things extremely reasonable for you guys. But, you know, personal coaching, I know there's a lot of you that want it. And coming out of our last mastermind, I also know what happens when you have one-on-one coaching. Those guys came for a whole week with us, and their businesses have boomed because we did this type of interaction. We prepared their stories. We got down. We talked. I know a couple guys late night. Roy Adler sat with me and we just talked about a story, how to get it deeper, how to get it clearer, how to connect better. And that's what you guys really deserve, especially if you this now. Okay, so that's all you need to do. You need to send a private message, and what we'll do, guys, I'm oops, my connection's going slow. What we'll do, I'm going to give you guys these steps. Because, of course, it is going into my manual. So I'm going to ask you guys don't share them with anyone else. This was a very special private call that you guys have to be part of. So I'm sure you guys see slides. All right, so let's open it up. How do we do today? What do you guys think? Are you guys, you talked about this. Is this super helpful? I'd love to get some feedback from you guys. And yeah, what I'm going to do, all your hands down. Now bring it back up if someone wants to jump out, either give me a comment, a question I have. And I'll do my best to answer them as I can. Did we get some value today, guys? Awesome. Yeah, awesome. You don't need to turn my webcam off. There we go, because it looks like my connection is starting to slow, and sometimes that does happen in my third world internet. All right, any questions here? I'm Julie. There you go. Hold on. I have Julie coming out here. Hey there, Julie. Hold on. I should be unmuting you now. All right. Oh, why Julie's not unmuting? Oh, maybe I lock her around. No. Let me see. Sorry, Julie. There you go, babe. You just have to mute yourself, sweetie. Unmute yourself now. You have to hit your unmute button, Julie, if you want to jump out here. All right. And then after you guys get some value, if you want to come out, make a comment, a question. Looks like the hands are lost. What's going on? Something's up with the hands. How do I do that? There we go. Someone coming out there? All right, let me go down to questions. It looks like you guys, some people are not able to be unmuted. All right, let's see. Nilufar, technical stuff. Yeah, no, I don't do any technical help with anyone. But our amazing tribe assistant, Todd, does assist, and he does offer his time for those of you guys that do need some help. So you can take that to our group. But yeah, for sure, guys, it's really about this. Let's talk about, have some questions about this content we shared. And oh, thank you. Awesome value, guys. Good. You're so great. I'm glad that you're having a you guys got a lot of value out of it today. I'm glad. This is what it's all about, right? You make sure. Oh, there you go. Ann Noble. Here, someone's hands are starting to pop up. Hi, Ann.
Hi. It's great to talk with you guys and reconnect. I just
really
Can you hear me okay?
You can hear you now. Yeah, you're great.
I just wanted to say that this is a brilliant, brilliant way to write your story. The hero's journey. Campbell is one of my longtime heroes. I mean, he's just a tremendous anthropologist and a wonderful writer. And actually, I used the hero's journey structure when I wrote a children's book years ago. And it's a classic transformation. You're right. I mean, The Wizard of Oz, Alice in Wonderland, all those stories, even a lot of, very popular novels and so forth use that that structure. I think it's just, yeah. And I'm just so excited that you're using it. It was great to tune into you today and have you bring that up again. It's awesome. So, yeah, fantastic.
Right on, Ann. It's so great to hear you. I know it's actually Campbell's one of my favorite. And he actually digs really deeply as a writer. And I've never gone as deep as as you can in how to become a really true writer. But it's always the outline is always something I follow, and it's just a really powerful way to connect. So, and I'm super glad that you're here too, girl. It's so great to hear your voice again. You and John, we chatted last night. It was awesome. All right, Kari, coming out here. What can I do for you? How are you? Are you there, girl? You should be unmuted. Your sound may not be coming out. That seems to be the issue. Some people's sounds keep getting locked out. But if you do have a question, Kari, you're unmuted. You can feel free to jump on out. Anyone else want to give a question, a comment? Let's see. Kari, you should be able to open it up. But if not, it might be your volume. Yeah, it looks like some people are getting muted. All right, guys. Well, if we have no other, let's see. There we go. Deb. Okay. Deb says, should we publish our story on our personal Facebook profile or our fan page? Do you publish it and then run the ad, or just run it as an ad? Well, I do both. Typically, Deb, I will always end up putting my stories on my personal page. But when you are marketing, of course, when you are posting the ad, you will add it to your fan page. There are two different ways you can do it. You can do it. It's called the dark post, where you post up the story and you just market it. We typically always post up the story. We allow it to kind of get some attention on your fan page. That's usually the best way to do it. Really publish it, and then you start running the ad after you've published it on your page. You kind of can pull from your following, pull from your followers, get some really good likes and comments there first. And our tribe's amazing. You let them know, hey guys, coming over, I got my new story up. That way you can get some really good comments, and it just helps with just the juice of the story. That help you, Deb? Awesome. Yeah, right on. All right. That's right, Nick. Rhonda R. Swan at Gmail is my email. Yeah, good, Liz. Yeah, take the draft, use this outline. Once you've written it, you go back through, and then you just make sure you really kind of follow the details. You know, of course, you know, when we're writing stories for marketing, we do want to add a call to action. But initially, when you're brand new, guys, I don't even necessarily want a brand new person to really start calling to action to their business. You know, just leave it up for question in the beginning. See, that's one of the best ways to really share what you're doing initially, like we started in the beginning. When you have someone that's asking you what you're doing, you just kind of reply with a really great story. That's a great way to start in the beginning, because when you're new, write your story out, post it on your page. You will get so many friends asking you questions, it'll blow you away. You know, we've had several people that shared their vision, and they just shared their vision on their page when they joined our business and they started working with us, but they didn't tell them what it was. They just said, wow, our family's so excited, we're dreaming again, we're ready to take a vacation again, and people are like, dang it, what did you find? I want that. So in the beginning, I really recommend don't market it yet. Don't put your links up on your personal page. Share your story without a link. Market it on your fan page, right? That's where we do most of our marketing. That's what we have fan pages for. It's all they're for, really, is to create a following and to be able to connect with people and sell them stuff. That's pretty much it, what fan pages are for, right? Because you want to connect with that niche, and that's how you can offer it. So that's really the place that I recommend you doing that. All right. Awesome, you guys. Yay, I can't wait for you to write it too, Will. Cool. Yeah, this will be great, you guys. And what you'll do, because you guys, I have a typo in my email. No, my email is Rhonda R. Swan. That's my middle name. Nobody even knows. So I use that, Rhonda R. Swan. That's my private one too, guys. So if you guys are getting this, it is my private one. All right, you guys are awesome. Okay, let's let me do a double check if you guys have any questions, or maybe you guys want to come and share a bit of, you know, your journey, and if you want some assistance in how you share it. A lot of times it comes from us doing, and then we start really seeing it. These steps are going to help you guys how to do that, and I'll make sure that you guys get the files sent to you to utilize. Actually, yeah, these files are not going to go out yet. It's only going to be on the recording, because this is turning into my my ebook manual. So I'm not going to send the hard copy, so you guys can go back through the recording and make sure you get all the steps written down, and then so you can listen to it again. All right, guys. Okay, guys, you're amazing. Thank you so much. It's going to really help you guys. Yeah, breaking down little things like this is so powerful to help you become super and unstoppable, and it'll really help you guys write out your journey. Step one again. Yep, sure, you can see. Here, I'll do this really quick. Step one again is right there, Kaylee. There you go. Yeah, you guys are powerful. That's just where you're starting off in your ordinary world. This is where I am. Tell a little bit of backstory, what you do every day, how you're doing it. And, you know, great question, Brad. When we're doing a story for, let's say, a Facebook ad, it's really, you don't want it to be, you know, they can be long, but not too long. So on a Facebook ad, it's really, you know, ends up being maybe up to 10 or 12 mini paragraphs. But in an ebook, typically the ebooks are up to, you know, 8, 10, sometimes 20 pages, depending on yours. Mine are, I typically have some pretty solid ebooks, and, you know, my stories are, you know, only up to 4 or 5 pages if it's a really short story that I use for marketing. But when you're writing out your own hero's journey for your, you know, for your own ebook, I would say 10 to 12 pages is usually pretty standard, and then, of course, any more makes it just more robust, and that's just you connecting to your story, to your audience. You know, we use them as value. You offer them as a giveaway value on your blogs, and people really do love it, but you lose your audience if it's too long, right? So make sure that you're keeping it within a, you know, 10 to 15 page initially. All right. Yeah, all of you guys will get this recording. This will all be sent directly to you. Attendees will get the recording, and please don't share with anyone else, because those recordings may or may not go out to anyone else. We're giving you guys that benefit, and because this will also be part of my my next workshop. So I'm really excited about that, and part of the new curriculum. So guys, you're incredible. I really truly appreciate you for being here. Feel free to, you know, shoot me a message, or on Facebook. Let people know how much you may, on the value you may have gotten out of this, and to you know, really just let me know any new things, maybe new trainings that you guys are looking for. I love, you know, offering and creating new value trainings for you guys, especially for our tribe, and you know, for the world around. You know, I love to give as this a total value to the world around us, and I'm excited to see your results, and that's really what I love. So when you guys do write them, share them, let me know how your journey went, and of course, those of you, the 4 of you guys are like, yeah, I just want you to help me. I just want to help. Let me know. Send me that email, and I'll let you know what we're looking for from you, what we'll be doing for you, and how we can make it greater. All right, guys, have an amazing weekend, and always be unstoppable. Cheers, everyone. Have a great weekend. Thanks for being here. I truly appreciate it. Your comments and your feedback make me who I am, so please give me some feedback over on my page. Thanks, guys. Cheers.